right? It's a map that they've struggled on as of late. It's one that Big are pretty decent on. This was like famously the map as well that they put a stop to that big Astralis win streak on all those eons ago, it feels like now. Let's get into this. Big CT side start.
Yeah, fast up ult for G2. Oh, amanek mid-air hitting the drop shot on XANTARES, and G2 are just going to storm the long position, chasing into spawn and running down tiziaN, who's got a belt loader utility that will never see the light of day. tabseN throws a nade for good damage, but G2 double back. They want nothing to do with this bomb site. It's a good call. They know they've found 2 Apex. There's likely only 1 man left up here, and that is the case. syrson cowering and Boiler with a lot to do.
Oh, nexa catches him looking the wrong way. And just like that, G2, they might storm onto a pretty dominant pistol round here. Another coming through from Kito this time to try and propel them into this retake. But a 2-on-4, I don't know, you're never favoring their odds here. Kito, we know he's good with these pistols. We know he's a keen shot when he's got a pistol in hand. And he does have tabseN with a bit of utility. I think with this bomb being so far ticked, Kito moving in through short side, you need all these kills to come in a matter of seconds. And tabseN's kind of already admitting defeat, right? Backing out. Kito tries to do the same, but doesn't live to tell the tale. And so G2, they get that pistol round locked in, and they look scary while they do it.
Yeah, nice rotate back, right, to double back in towards that A site. They got tempted by the arch pick on tiziaN, but realizing very quickly, maybe knowing just the positions of Big and who's playing on that A site, that, wait, we've got 2 A picks. It's unlikely they're quad stacked here, especially with all those HEs coming in that are likely from B players. And so they just double back into A and overwhelm syrson, who gets caught on a late mid lurk. G2 with a pistol round, and Big, they are going to be forcing up, putting some money where their mouth is in this second round. D-Garmer, scout on syrson, dropped over by tabseN as well. So syrson will be able to save for that orb that will be coming through sooner rather than later. And for G2, just back up to their usual tricks. Lots of SMGs, Kenny playing with a Deagle. And so it's you know, fair fight up against the majority of Big for him. Oh, nasty from Kenny. Double shot to Kito. B is free, at least Banana. G2 get the mollies in and clear out everything. Big have read it. They're moving everyone over. 3 players going into that B bomb site. XANTARES is the last to join them, and G2 are just setting up utility right now. amanek might clear everything out and make the call that, wait, don't commit. They are stacked B, and this is a lot of info being gained by amanek right now. A lot of spots to clear at the same time. It's important G2 don't go before he makes that call, and they are waiting on his every word, already rotating back as amanek has been given so much room towards the apartments. Execute into B. The bomb hopefully will bail here, even if niko does commit. Yep, nexa doubles back, and well, G2 avoid this stack well.
Yeah, that's all thanks to that little info players you're on about, right? And good patience from G2 to not jump the gun, not get ahead of themselves. So the bomb's going down. G2 are onto this second, guaranteed. That's a lock-in. Can't really promise much more excitement in this round right here, right now.
Yeah, you at least save your armor Ds here if you're Big. Something to play with in that next round. It's going to be a full eco from the other players, but G2 take it clean and easy.
Waiting for this first rifle round to move in. G2, though, looking impressive right out of the gate.
It's certainly a good sign on a map that they really, like said, haven't had the best of success on, right? The T-side pick is interesting as well, right? We always, 99% of the time, regardless of map, see teams pick CT on their opponent's map pick, but G2, they want to, command the pace. They want to lead the way, and they want to start strong, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Another kill from niko, G2 bounding, leaping into the spawn, another from amanek, and yeah, this eco is going to get put under wraps. Nice shot for Kito, the pistol that you talk about. but B is empty at this point, and G2 have ascertained that fact, pushing in fast with the CT smoke. Nothing Keto can do about it.
Yeah, bomb now down, and niko, well, he wanted to hunt down Keto. Now, this is a little problematic, right? G2 were already hunting. They were already looking for these remaining players. There was like a temporary 1v1 for Keto inside of this B bomb site, but you've already peeled a man back over here towards Banana in the form of Nexa, and while all that's happening, Hunter is living up to his name, looking to find these pistol players. Down goes Kenny. And this is where things could get a little bit weird. This was never a round that Big set out to win. They've done a lot of damage at least, and they find almost all of the kills. Hunter's flank at the very, very end is well timed and deals with both of those players. Big were never actually playing to defuse the bomb right there. They were just looking for damage, and boy, oh boy, did they find a lot of it.
Yeah, nothing to lose, everything to gain. And now we'll see what they're going to be up to on the CT side, coming in with their first gun round. syrson, as said, has been saving for that all. And G2, I was wondering if we'd see it early from them. Kenny did buy a Deeg in the second round, but it's going to be AKs for now. No rush to bring that AWP through, but you know syrson can be commanding at the best of times. Molly's down B for Keto. Pop smoke for G2. They take the control right back. And the nades do some good damage for Big, but they've still lost a lot of control. However, holding on to a hell of a lot of util for the late round, or retake if they get there. Keto with one kit, and tiziaN with an early rotate, making sure to go wide to avoid anyone in Banana hearing his footsteps.
Exciting to see syrson on that AWP. He's set up over here towards the long side. Now, when you're up against syrson, you know you're not going to be playing up against, one of these AWPers that likes to lean into those rifle rounds. He is like just a pure blood AWPer, right? Like I think he's had, I don't even remember what the stat was. He's like most sniper purchases or something like that, like T1 events, I'm fairly sure. And like most of his kills are with the sniper to an astonishing degree.
Yeah, more scout,
over the
more scout than rifle kills.
Yeah. He has like a bunch of like stuff to do with his scope stats. So yeah, he really is just like a pure blood scope boy. You can coin that one.
Maybe not. Maybe save that for later. Keto's trapped. Good swing, though, catching nexa, moving out, and there's no one here to trade for G2. Kenny had the bomb, and if he took that up there and gave it away to Big, that'd be a massive mistake. Amanek throwing moto smoke is forced to be traded, but that is not what G2 wanted, already being down a man. Bomb doubling back, but Big are already on the arch side. tabseN, lot to do, and he gets it done, swinging in for a little bit more, and G2 is so split in this round. There's just so little trading. niko does get away with another, putting Kenny in a 1-on-2, but he can't get on the site. 10 seconds, and syrson hits the shot. It's Big finding their first.
Yeah, and after that pretty decent start from G2, you're happy that Big are able to come in swinging in this first rifle round. AWP on syrson already trying to get warmed up. Keto not one to be underestimated as well with his top banana control. As we get back into the round now, the rifle's out. As you can see, folks, over on the fan cams as well. Quick reminder, you can go ahead and get in them. You want to be repping your team. tiziaN, MP9 in this round. Slow build into it from G2. Trying to vie for this apartment's control, and they are going to get given it by Big, who willfully concede this area of the map. They leave Keto alone to hold down this top banana, but he's no stranger to being in this position. And once that utility reigns in, he's very, very quick to call the rotation from syrson, as we saw just there. So that AWP now in position. G2, though, they're in a good spot here, right? They've got the banana control. They've got the apartments control, the two areas of the map that they set out to get early on, just to leave their options open, they've been able to achieve. And there's that smoke down in the top of banana. Now, this is often like a retake smoke for Big, but they're not moving in. They're not trying to deny this control. While this is happening, there's a long play coming through. G2 with a smoke down at Moto learned the hard way that tabseN don't see no smokes. He shoots them through it. They do still get players by into CT, but Big know about this. However, the rotations are not coming through. Nobody's left at A bomb site yet, so these players in B have got to do it all pretty much single-handedly. They deal with the flank, and now they've got to deal with the front. It's all on Nexa in a 1v4. He taps, trying to bait the peek from syrson, and there it is. Nexa's Mach 10. Low on ammo as he tries to get that bomb down. He will get it planted at least, but tabseN is quick in with the kill. Big will get that second. And man, yeah, this Keto syrson Sprout B hold is not one to underestimate. It is a terrifying twosome to go running into.
Yeah, G2 learned the hard way, right? And good chase for tabseN. He was at an awkward range where you know you're not going to be able to stop that bomb plant. But at that point, there's the realization that Nexa is never going to fake it. He's found 2 B picks in 5 seconds. He has to stick the plant to get into a good position to win the round. If he delays it, he has no chance of doing anything. So tabseN cleans it up. G2 get the bonus money, which is nice, but it's not going to be egging them on to buy in this 6th round. They've got to take 1 eco. Buy down to 2k, keep some cash, and then come in later. So the T-side start momentum sucked out of it well and truly here for G2, despite going
to the swing of things. That little tech pause brought to a close now, and Big, they're grinding their way back into this game. They overcame those first 2 rifle rounds. You know, they break down G2's money, and now they're onto pistols. So this is not just Big's chance to tie things up. This is where they can look to move leaps and bounds ahead if they keep it up in this fashion. G2, they just want to do damage at a round like this. A bomb plant as well would be a blessing. But taking, you know, like 3 players out of the round, that could be a victory in and of itself. Keto with this banana aggression. And once again, he's good for the opener.
Yeah, nice little try for Nexa. He gets up early, he beats the nades, and he tucks, but Keto checks it. Nexa already got the gun for the job. G2 just milling about in middle. 4-man setup here for Big. They're more than ready for a commitment. tabseN's tucked to the cubby, and syrson just going to be able to take 1 shot and back out. G2 are still waiting out the banana smoke. Keto has a molly left in case they decide to rush him, and he's playing it pretty reserved, jump spotting, knowing that as the solo B player, if you die and offer up a window into the B bomb site in a round like this, when your team is so far away, it's a big problem. But rotates come back in, Keto kills another, and tabseN's here to support with more utility raining down. syrson finding amanek through the smoke, and yeah, it's a done deal, no question about it. No kills for G2 on that eco, but they really didn't have a lot to play with. Now it's another gun round. And we're still yet to see Kenny with the AWP. He's not really had the money for it. And now the syrson started to find his form, find his footing in this CT side. Kenny's probably thinking about it, but we're going to need some bomb plants for G2 to get to that point.
I think it speaks volumes to how competitive this event is as well, right? That like so often whenever we've seen these 2 teams match up historically, it's been in things like the upper bracket, like grand finals, and so often it's been Big edging out those victories. Well here, right, down in the lower bracket, not what you'd expect to find either of these teams, and so it's a pretty wild space to be in right now. So imagine that journey ending soon, perhaps. Because, you know, I think when you look at it, right, even though this Katowice isn't being played in the Spodek, right, you don't have that huge crowd. For so many players, this is still like one of the events, you know, like you look at it and it's like, yeah, I want to play at a Katowice. So the fact that one of these teams are legends, gonna have that journey cut short. It's wild times. And an opener found for syrson in this round. Kenny, the man to get dropped, no less.
Yeah, it was a filthy shot as well through the edge of the smoke up B. And Big, they're just playing so smart. They're playing so safe, right? They get the pick, they back up, they leave banana completely, and they set up in the site, you know, beckoning G2ing. You want to execute? Try your hand. Good luck. Still a good bit of utility on syrson if that does come through, and it looks like it will be a bit of a B play for G2 with niko trying to sell the fake in middle. We've got a long smoke out, tabseN denied info. Can niko get into Arch and wrap CT? There's a lot of room right now for niko to make a move, but the time is going to be the biggest problem for G2. He's running, and he's doing it very loud as well, trying to wait for this rotate. tabseN, how does he win that fight? I don't know. 20 seconds, now his team just have to commit. Now everyone has to jump into B.
Oh, but Keto, he just is like an immovable object inside of this B bomb site. Hunter, the only man left for G2, and he knows that this one's done. Keto's B site anchoring definitely deserves some praise, right? Time and time again, he's been there to answer the call, and Hunter now might even go down after time. Just about holds on. will keep the AK up, but that is the only victory, if you can even call it that, for G2. The money is still wiped out. They can partial buy at least, because that loss bonus is really starting to build up now. But yeah, as I was saying, like Kito's B anchoring has just been phenomenal. And like, it's really helpful for Big, because what it means is like you feel very, very comfortable in going, yeah, Kito, you can play a lot of this round solo over towards B. Yeah. You call for that rotation, syrSon's there in the drop of a hat. And this is causing problems for G2. They need to figure out how they're going to approach this, or are they, you know, is the best tactic here avoidance, fight or flight? Might they have to go with the latter? niko hits a bit of a dirty timing, and the Deagle in for a double. So now the alarm bells are ringing. They rotate this man back, and tiziaN will at least reclaim that kill. But niko has just broken this round wide open. It was meant to be a pretty grim situation for G2. But niko delivering that, he's given them a fighting chance.
Yeah, he was never ready for a third man, but Big triple B early to throw grenades. tiziaN rotates out, but he's still close because his team dies so quick. And his smoke actually hits niko midair as well, slowing you down. Anyone who's played knows how annoying it is when a grenade, you know, hits your body. It can just put you from 100 miles an hour to 0. It's a good reset round, though, for G2 to group in the apartments like this. Oh, the molly forces amanewk in, and he has to commit. He's got to do something here, but syrson picks him from the pit, and 2AK stuck in apps with all eyes on it for Big. Oh, dear. From bad to worse. amanewk really had no choice there. He couldn't afford to go back. He would have burned to a crisp. But now boosting denied by syrson, who sees the shadow of a second man. And Hunter, with a saved AK, has got to do so much with so little chance. 3 for syrson and 5 for Big. Every round we've seen syrson swap his position. He's been B out of spawn. He's been taking the long fight, doubling up with tabseN in the cubby. That round he post short immediately, wrapping round. And so, yeah, it's, you talk about avoidance, especially with Kito. Someone like syrson is a hassle to avoid because he's always keeping it fresh. He's never letting you learn. Nice try from niko at the top of B, right? Walks through the smoke to the surprise of Big, but that third man in tiziaN is all that they need to force G2 out of that B bomb site and make them double back.
When syrson's feeling it, man, he's such a treat to watch. G2 trying to come up with answers to these problems, and right now they've got nothing. Since that pistol round and the
problem with one of their own, and that is pretty normal on the T side of this map. And eOp is leaning away from it. But let's see if that's going to be a decision they come to regret. Big have had enough of waiting around. tiziaN's pushed all the way to the bottom of bench, and he's being supported by the AWP, watching ult mid as well. Look at the room Big have gained in this round. Spam through the smoke can kill him, though. tiziaN's crazy. He's going through into banana. Nexus reloading, and he gets backstabbed. There's one more man to deal with, and he's not ready for Kenny, but that is still causing commotion that G2 were not ready for.
You'd be so angry. Look, man, XANTARES is in mid as well.
Oh, dear.
G2, they're in your spawn before you've even left it. And now they're thinking, well, maybe we get an easy route into B. Maybe now's the timing, but tabseN's here, and alongside him is Kito. That is brutal. A team ace on the back of just sheer aggression from Big. They are looking real confident. You know, they're not giving any respect to G2. They're not letting them make these calls. And so this kind of slow default that G2 have been falling back into is starting to become a real prison at this point for them.
Yeah, the most success we've actually seen from G2 in terms of taking space has been getting quick up long, right? When the AWP isn't there, when tabseN's playing from archway, G2 have been managing to get into spawn in times and set up for mid to Bs, but, you know, it does fall apart in the spawn. Still maybe something to go back to in a round like this where you don't have a lot to play with. SMGs and pistols as well. niko is going to get flashed up the top of mid. Nexa holds off for a second, and again, Big, they just leave Kito alone on B. He doesn't even have the info, but it's the perfect round to do it. G2 walking into a quad setup again. tabseN is floating, especially when things go quiet. There's a lot of info gained mid from a peak earlier, but G2 could be anywhere on the map at this point, and Big know that. So tabseN supports Kito in the B bomb site. syrson waits for his time to strike, and it will be now.
In they go, syrson already turned for the flash, plucks the first man out, but the Deeg will betray, and the flash is good from niko as well. tabseN, they're already here, and for tabseN, he's more than aware of that. In with the double, this B split is denied, and once again, you've got to get past the iron wall of big. Keto in this B bomb site. tabseN with the crossfire, and this time they dome Keto out of the round, but the bomb is dropped back into CT. That's a disaster. Nexa able to get his hand on the AK at least, but it's tabseN lighting up that scoreboard. And big move on to 7.
Yeah, it's tabseN, man. He's been locking down this CT position. Even though G2 go back for it, they also realize that's the one place they've been able to get to. But even when they get there, it's like a full sense of security, right? You're jumping around if you're Kenny. We've got the long pick. Arch is free. Arch is not free. tabseN, man, he's a buoyancy boy. He's floating between the two bomb sites every single round, and supporting B or killing CT Rap. So 7-3. G2, they went 3-0 up to start this map, and they've been silent ever since. syrson in the molly, and he has to bail. Luckily, he gets smoked by his teammate. G2 avoid this site again. Boost on the corner, and they leave the AWP here.
It's wild as well. There's 40 kills on all of big, but 36 of them coming from 3 players. XANTARES and tiziaN have 4 kills between the 2 of them. Like, they haven't even had to do anything yet. So this fast A play might be the first real test of some of these guys. XANTARES only good for 1. Hunter with the trade immediately, and down here, tucked back in the pit. You're looking at tiziaN. Through the smokes, Keto, everywhere you go. There's someone from big in rotation, it feels like. Hunter and Nexa left in this one. A 2-on-2, and they still haven't been able to flush tiziaN out of this pit. He's stuck down here for the time being, and G2 are trying to use this to their advantage. They're hoping that they could have got this kill and isolated this one fight while they've got it. So they swing it together, and they overwhelm tiziaN, leaving it all onto one man. syrson's AWP might be deadly, but that flash leaves him blind. Still in with the kill. Oh, that's close. Oh, it's close again. Don't do it to him. Nexa up on the box, and there's the swing. So close for syrson. But still, G2 get the round. Yeah. Oh, I was about to freak out. It looked like he knew.
I think at a certain point, like, you take the 2 shots, and you're like, if I haven't killed him with that, like, he can't be in this position. He must be below the box. But yeah, tiziaN, syrson, very nice try. Like, those shots are just going past Nexa. Oh my, look at this. Look at that.
I don't know how Nexa survives it, man. Like,
nice call for G2 though, right? They noticed that Big have been going for triple B early. It's something that they saw in that one round when niko got a double D up banana, and so they speed it towards A. They actually avoid the stack. tiziaN does a great job of stalling the pit, but it's still, you know, the overwhelming rush on that A site. The Big didn't really have numbers set out for out of the gate. And now Big, away from the triple B, scared of the A play again, and it's the opposite. A great call for G2 once more, building into this hop and destroying all over this B bomb site, getting in the heads of Big with these back-to-back, calls, and catching the weakest site in both times. Very nice stuff from Nexa, and G2, that's a guaranteed round, just forcing the save immediately.
and suddenly that wall that's been so tried and tested into that B bomb site is looking a little more beatable, a little more flimsy. G2, I think now, you know, like the worry that you had early on when Big were on that 7-round streak, you know, when nothing felt like it could go wrong. Well, now G2 are starting to get in their heads a bit. This is where, you know, if you're tabseN here,
it's not going to be a problem in holding on to banana early. G2, they finally got an AWP on this T side. Kenny pulling it out late in the game, but he has been a slow starter. 3 and 9 on him. So we get to see that AWP flashiness. Certainly got a difficult fight on the other side. That's a beautiful grenade coming in from tiziaN, doing damage on 3, making those M4s just that little bit more deadly. And syrson caught out close. He only gets 1. Nexa and amanek pick up 2 in the meantime. And again, just speeding it up for G2. Why wait? Why stop? Caught looking the wrong way is XANTARES. Nexa's running right by him. XANTARES playing without sound at that point. G2 sprinting up short, and Kenny catches the rotate. Yeah, that's a very weird round, but I like the decisiveness from G2. When they get those picks, they don't hesitate, they don't doubt themselves, and they just commit into A.
And that's the G2 that I think people like love, you know, like here's this G2 that just go, yeah, full metal, full in the accelerator, we'll make it happen. We got the talent, we got the individuals. And yeah, man, when you give these guys a bit of freedom, a bit of aggression, that's when G2 do start to look so damn dangerous. And this is where, right, the fact that early on it was like, yeah, man, tiziaN and XANTARES haven't even had to do anything. Well, now that they are being asked to do something, they're kind of falling at the first hurdle consistently, right? XANTARES there, I don't even know what was going on with it. Like,
someone called it, maybe.
Did someone not tell him that they, like they're running up onto him?
The third guy in killed him. Nexa was clearing.
Yeah, Nexa was like actually already past him. Luckily enough, they just both had their back turned. But yeah, that's a bit of a mystery, that round there.
Yes, I think just, you know, caught off guard by the pace, and maybe someone makes a call they're going long there, considering how many rounds G2 have been chasing Archway. It does make sense, but, you know, very loud for G2. The Molly must have covered the noise for XANTARES. And Big now broke. Now they've got to take a bit of a half by waiting for the last round of the half. Keto, only M4 in this round. Now the blood's flowing for G2. Now they're building into the half. XANTARES is saving a lot of money, so you can presume he's going to be dropping the AWP in the next round, right? It's not like Big really have the utility to have that staying power in this round. They've got a couple of smokes being used to keep G2 out, but getting mollied out of B is tabseN. He has to swap sides, and that might be clear as day for G2. Nade in position, and yeah, they're just flushing this player out. At this point, he's got to make his choice. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? He does still have support from Keto, so may as well commit at this point. If they're going to hard clear him, Keto can provide cover. Only one Molotov left on niko to actually flush this position. He's got the right call, though. Oh, there's the flash. And Kenny kills him before it pops. It's a nice try, but desperate situation for tabseN. And now Keto's got to do everything.
And he needs the immediate dink. Kenny can nail this. Okay, Kenny. You don't even get a chance to get the immediate dink. Keto is just removed through the wall. Kenny lined that up like he knew something, man. That's unreal. And then Hunter with the collateral.
What's going on?
That's brutal. G2 up on a 7. And that's the G2 we wanted to see. None of this slow, let's walk around. Ooh, look at me. I'm going slowly up alt mid into the apartments and then dying as XANTARES pushing. Nah, man. They're here. They're shooting you through walls. They're rushing you down. They're collateralizing you up in the apartments. Man, I'm getting too ahead of myself here. 7-7 at the end of this first half of play. An attack pause for G2 to round it out. Everyone's having a good time right now.
Yeah, vibes are good in the G2 camp. That's certainly nice. And for Big, right, a fall from grace. A really, really nice half that has suddenly slipped by the wayside, and G2 looking like they want to win it out in the first. We can see why they picked the T side after all, right? May have been Big's map pick, but they're going to need to show some finesse in their second half. And Harry, the point that you keep bringing up, and because it keeps standing true, tiziaN and XANTARES, 5 kills between them, right? Definitely having problems locking down that A-bomb site with tiziaN in the pit, even with that one round where he stalls so long. He's not able to get any kills done. XANTARES has been falling a lot. And so last round of the half, if Big want to win it out, those two are going to be required. Back to a standard setup, 3 on A. We've got the AWP on syrson as well, dropped over by XANTARES, and he takes it towards short. Kenny's holding mid. And syrson won't commit to that duel, so rightly so. You know how quick Kenny can be to click. And now G2 back to the default, back to the apartments. He is still smoked. Keto's got all his util left up though, so can't afford to be solo in this position. It's been the one thing you can rely on if you're Big, right? And when G2 have walked into the 4-man A setup, they've been made mincemeat. Will that be the case again?
Yeah, they're looking to go tabseN, trying to go above this smoke, trying to get set up over here towards the apartments to watch for this apps drop. With a minute left and this creeping banana control coming through, G2 do always have the option to try and go back towards B, especially if they don't like what they see in the A side of things. Double set up over at long, playing that bait and switch, but tabseN has given the opener away. That might draw G2 in for the kill. 40 seconds left on the clock. And hesitancy for the time being. Nexa goes back down banana just to make sure they're not getting their back doors pushed in by Keto. Smoking at the top of middle, that's well timed at least. That's going to make it a little bit tricky for Kenny to work his magic, but it's the apartments that are concerning. That's the bit you have to be worried about, because Nex is selling this fake. He's drawn one of these 3 players that were in the A site away, and now the apps drop is coming through. XANTARES dropped immediately by Hunter, and even though they deal with the lurk player, there's still a man down. The bomb plant is still coming through. No one's discovered tiziaN yet, so at this point, G2 might assume that this lurking to be drew all these players away. tiziaN is a lot deeper than anyone on G2 is ready for, and he's at least getting information from this position, but he needs a little more than that. A very quiet game so far, and tiziaN spotted now at the short side, flashes to try and set these long players up, and they're gone. Kenny deletes them, and there it is. G2, they win out. Missing posters out, boys. We're looking for XANTARES and for tiziaN. Now, I don't know where they are right about now. We've had a great performance out of the rest of the gang for Big, but we need these 2 to start stepping up. tabseN, oh, he's not aware of that mid-aggression, and it's so punishing. There's XANTARES and syrson with something. Oh, Kenny's gone as well, and syrson doubles down over here in middle. amanewk and niko left up in a 2v3. They haven't checked for amanewk, but now he's made his presence known, and XANTARES is going to nail the shot. So already a good start from XANTARES to open up the pistol. We want a bit more of that. I watched this guy play DM like 100 hours a day. He needs to start showing it. niko left up 1v3.
syrson just got jump scared planting. He saw a chicken in the pit on the headshot angle and he cancelled the
No,
plant.
he did.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a chicken just moving around in the corner.
We need a replay of that if that happened.
Yeah, I saw something moving. I'm assuming it was a chicken, right? There's no players there.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Oh no, niko. Luckily enough, the flank is in from tiziaN. That was almost worrying because tiziaN missed that initial timing to spot niko, but he's quick to react and quick to silence it. Big get the pistol picked up, and now more than ever, you don't want a force buy from G2 to start hitting.
Yeah, SMGs for G2. Deagle armor, pretty standard. We got some nades on niko, and I imagine amanewk could join him as well. But for Big, I mean, the buy is barely pretty either. Double Galil, triple Mac. Desperate times. Flashes up B, being lined up, 2 players there, and Hunter pushing the perimeter with Kenny alongside him, tucked to the bench, and lovely stuff. They get caught looking the wrong way, looking into a smoke. tabseN tries to respond, but the Mac 10 is not up for the job, and Hunter has now traded weapons, and XANTARES coming from below needs this kill if they are to not be forced and put to bed early in this half. But he is playing patient, and that could be the undoing as players move down banana. He has no idea. The smoke fading, tiziaN providing cover, and these 2 need to pick up this 2-on-4 right here, right now, but niko stabbing them in the back, and XANTARES flicks to find the 9th. I don't know how Big win that round, but it is XANTARES and tiziaN to get it done. That's
the XANTARES we were missing out on, right? Like, you've seen this guy do some phenomenal stuff. I mean, hell, man, you've seen the XANTARES peak. You've learned to fear it. And the fact that he was so quiet in that first half, when it didn't matter, everything was, you know, the going was good. Now that we've asked him to step up, there was no response to round out the end of their CT side. But here, on the T side of this map, these are the flicks that we need out of this guy.
Yeah, get in his Steam group right now, because that is not fair in the slightest. Oh my, fast up mid for Big. syrson doing what G2 did best, which is taking that long control right away from the CT side. There are 2 players dead. Naded is amanewk, and it's not a B-rap either. You got 2 A picks, you may as well commit. You know there's only 1 man more at the most, and that's Hunter hiding in a smoke. Kito still lurking. And with no B pushing as well, Hunter, if he gets spotted, he's a dead man. There it is. tiziaN finishes the job, and the Mac 10s are making moolah in every direction. Delectable. It's just niko.
Oh. I saw you. Oh, XANTARES, there it is. They're the peaks we want.
XANTARES peak.
Oh, yes, indeed. So this is where things get a lot more exciting. You know, it's a couple of key confidence-building rounds for XANTARES and tiziaN. And now that we have the full big force joining the fray, it's definitely worked to make this game more exciting. On top of that, with the CT side beginning, we get to see that Kenny S-AWP coming out in full force. Now, for Big, they're running a bonus round here. Only 1 AK in play, and it's been entrusted with XANTARES. The rest of the gang on Galils and Mac 10s. There is head armor almost all across the board. Kenny is one of the only vulnerable players alongside niko. Well, let's hope that doesn't come back to punish this AWP. They know they've got a man trapped. This is where you want the swing to come through from niko. It will arrive on time. syrson cancelled out, and the utility damage, well, it does rain in and do a lot to G2. It's them sat a man up in a 5-on-4.
That's a worst case scenario for Big, right? With Mac 10, they really want to trade that kill, but even the molly on the corner just gives G2 the window to, escape. All smoke down, but yeah, Big, they're really underarmed in this round anyway. Only 1 AK. Set towards A. Will niko read in? Will he rotate out early? It's very passive at the back of the ruins. Big are actually reconsidering. The bomb's going back up banana. Will it really commit here, or are they just going to line up fake smokes? Yeah, Keto's smoking for the bottom. Potentially could be a fake, but no, they've already left apartments. Big just want to commit into a 4-on-2. It's a good call, but the worry is G2 get the info. Yeah, they peek long, and they rotate the AWP. Oh, they rotate one man out early. The AWP stays here. Short smoke, pushing them into Kenny. Hunter stalled out as a result, and Kenny blind shot catches XANTARES. The AK lost in no man's land. Big have to commit.
Yeah, they got to go. And they got to go quick. 20 seconds left, and actually rotating that third man away. Ooh. Spotted back in CT, it's Kenny S, but he's dropped the bomb out in the open, and tiziaN is blindsided by Nexa, who just waited that entire round to peak at the perfect timing. And this Kenny S AWP, oh man, a Kenny syrson fight on the AWP. Oh, now that's juicy. I hope we get it.
Yeah, syrson's actually one of those few AWPers who's not scared about pulling out the T-side AWP, right? He's not going to wait around for you.
I mean, actually, Hugo, I can tell you this with confidence. I reckon he's going to do it right now.
Well, let's see. First gun round fully for Big, right? That was a bonus. That was them running the SMGs. And so, yeah, syrson straight in with the AWP and running up banana, looking for that quick pick.
There it is.
Found it. Are they going to smoke the molly? Do they want to go fast? There's no one else here to really help out. Good grenade back for niko, and the molly as well keeps Big trapped. But no problem. 5-on-4, untradeable kill for G2. And more grenades landing. niko scavenging HEs off of his dead teammate. Puts syrson on 6, but still standing and still lethal. As is Kenny on the short side. With Big backing up, they could be going right into his AWP again.
Smoke down along. Peek in from amanek ahead of the smoke. Now they know he's here. They're not able to capitalize on it. This utility is very, very punishing from G2. And that alone is enough to get Big out the top of mid and back towards this B bomb site. But G2 one step ahead, rotating Hunter around to play with niko side by side. Now looking to hold down this B bomb site together. And niko, there is a gap in that smoke. I don't think that was by design, but niko's good at this, trying to turn something in the heat of a moment to his advantage. He's watching the gap, now going to re-smoke, but they're going to go to push through it. XANTARES caught on the other side. Keto trades blinded through the smoke. Oh, flash in for Hunter. And there he is with the spray down. That's repelled Big out of B. The molly really does seal the deal. It might have to be a save, as excruciating a call as that is to make. They're trying to creep in. They're still looking to go for it, but with no way to flush Hunter out from the back of this bomb site, it should be impossible. And there's the swing. syrson knows it now.
Run.
Brought down low from those nades from niko. He's just got to run for the hills.
Oh, yeah, Big. They really didn't want to call that save, right, did they, in the 2-on-4? They really wanted to try and get a plant in, but Hunter, very smart play to just hide it out, camp at the back of the site, know that they just can't get a bomb plant in. And the fact that he gets 2 coming through that smoke, beautiful flashbang, obviously, but yeah, Big get absolutely shredded. And now worrying times for Big, who are left with a broken economy and a hero AWP. That could be a lot of fun on some maps, but relying on just one T-side AWP surrounded by pistols, like, you're probably just going to be giving it over by the end of the round. See if they can get anything done with it. It actually did find a leg early. Hunter taking a shot. tiziaN's moving through apps. Kenny's not looking. Oh, it's a whiff.
It don't matter.
Oh, it's a whiff, Harry. You hate those.
Yeah, you hate him even more if you're tiziaN. That's not a good one for the confidence, right? For someone who was already struggling, was finally looking like he could build back into the game. Missing shots like that, they're the ones you remember. 10 to 10. And an 11th looming for G2. This peak for Kenny connects in his favor.
Ow.
syrson's not happy about missing that one. They do get up through long, but look at nexa watching Arch. Oh, don't sneak it. If they sneak it, nexa shouldn't falter here. There's that first kill. XANTARES, not normally the AWPer, but there he is making it work. Moving in towards B. Still do have a man to worry about here. It's niko again. He was a real nuisance in this last beat. Oh no, tabseN, no, don't feed the beast. niko in with another. And for XANTARES, he's got 30 seconds to try and do the impossible. A 1v4, an AWP on his back, and rotations already coming up through banana. Is he even ready for these banana rotations? No, Hunter gonna nail the shot. And G2
lead. This T-side pick to start the map for G2 is feeling more valuable than ever. The momentum has not stopped from that big comeback in the first half.
Oh, niko getting a bit wild with it down here through banana. And I mean, with this much control, you know, they dismantled the the triple B setup. And they just say to niko, mate, look, you're good at getting the first. Just get it full out of there. Call for rotations if they're needed. I tell you what, you don't even have to worry about, hey, if Big head up towards this side of the map, the four of us have got it in the bag. Or at least that's how I imagine the conversation went down. Kenny S holding on to the apartments.
You don't miss these.
Yeah, Kenny don't miss them. Oh, tiziaN learns it the hard way again. tiziaN just can't get past Kenny. And XANTARES trying to make a CT play. And nexa has been holding this time and time again, so this is a bit of a rough spot. There it is, he beats him once more. nexa's got CT on lockdown, mate. And niko now, here he is, ready and waiting for the B play, blinded off the angle, and that will lead to him getting clotheslined by syrson, who comes in with the bomb plant. At least syrson onto the AK. Not the same as his big green gun, but he's going to try and make it work all the same. Rotations coming through, and a 2v4 post plant for Big. Pretty rough spot to be in. Some fancy deagle antics could make a difference. There's a missed shot from keto. Gonna go back in. There's a lot of bodies around this corner. keto, damage done. amaNek actually dropping nexa out of the round, leaves it all onto syrson. Pressure is on now. AK adorned in big stickers, but we need an even bigger play, and it's amaNek with the spray through the coffins to send that one in for G2. 12 on the board. Defuse just in time. And a nice try from syrson. Sadly wasn't ready for that quick re-peek in from the coffins. He had the read on the CT player as well. Felt like it was going to happen. But amaNek is very, very quick in that situation there.
Yeah, that's a good eco though for Big, right? That's like as much as you can really be asking for with such limited investment and with things going so wrong as well, right? Like niko still holding B with no problem. The Arch players getting picked up with nothing. And the fact they even get a plant there is impressive enough. So now we've really got to see a round from Big, or G2 could just close the map in a couple more. amaNek taking matters into his own hands, and the flash is good. He sprays them both. nexa helps out, and set up by a pop from niko. That is a beautiful way to open for G2. Big barely get to play their T-side round. Whatever the call was, it's gone now. Wallbang comes through. He misses keto, who's up close, but he does hit syrson behind the banana. It's a very weird exchange, but even though Kenny doesn't know about what he's done, he's softened up his opponent. And that will have consequences. tabseN gets out long, and he will just be able to wrap CT if he wants. He's hanging around for fights, and he's so blind while doing so. syrson's got a bail from B, and oh dear, with tabseN dead, it's not like he's got any ground on that A site anyway. nexa might just catch him out off guard in the middle with a Glock out. nexa's very low, but syrson's back to the AWP, and it's a close corner. nexa's ready. G2 13-10. Great call to just fight into ult middle and you know, not even let Big get up into position to set up smokes. And again, with no bomb plant, Big, you look at the money and it's tempting. It really is. But if you buy here, it's not perfect by any means. And it's going to limit you up against 14.
Yeah, G2 are just looking determined as well to keep riding on this momentum. Big, they need like a point break, you know, they need something to break that momentum and give them a little bit more to work with. And that nade kill, coupled with this fast B play, could be it, unless niko sends them back to the Shadow Realm. There he is in with a double. They're trying to rush him down, but niko's still fighting. The flash is good, and niko not budging, not giving up B, and his teammates are now here to help him. Where there was one, there's now four, and niko still doing the damage, helped out by Hunter, and it's a family affair inside of that B site there. G2 up onto 14, and it was a good start that gets just derailed in an instant by that solo B hold.
Yeah, niko's looking really, really good, and that's reassuring. Him and Hunter are up tippity top as well for the team. Kenny's at 16, so I say that, but Hunter at 24, and niko has been, you know, unbeatable on this B bomb site so far, always getting multi-kills at a worst-case scenario, and as a B anchor, that's all you can really ask for. Searson's back on the AWP. Haven't really seen him v Kenny all too much. We've got that boiler fight on the one eco, but otherwise, just been Kenny killing his teammates, finding wallbang damage round after round.
There was just a quad B setup in this round here. A lot of utility just rained down through the banana, like more than if you were running that double setup. But Big, due to kind of, you know, not really being in a position to capitalize, they haven't been able to play reactively around that. It's a real shame. You have these two apartments players. They could have gained a lot of ground with the solo A-hold.
Those are certainly some of the reads that G2 had in that first half, right? When they started to realize that Big were playing triple B, not quite quad, but still majority there. Well, they started to speed it up on A. So, you know, that could be a solution. But like you said, Big haven't taken that chance. And as a result, G2 have settled back into a very standard setup now, even with Banana under lock and key. No nades at B at all, not one for Nexa and niko. niko's still pushed up deep, and if Big try and commit towards A without clearing out this close position, they will get flanked and killed in the mid-choke, lining up smokes. Here it comes, the inevitable.
Oh no, the inevitable niko. In with the swing, the double not quite coming through. The trouble dodge, that smoke is very interesting to say a word about it. It's given a little one-way over to these players in the site. I didn't catch who threw it. I don't know if that's Big Smoke coming back to haunt them.
Oh, hello.
Hunter. Oh, he's out the round. tabseN landed the no-scope in through the wall. They have more of a chance in this one now. amanewk, the last man standing in this A-bomb site, but a missed shot.
Whoa.
And that's all amanewk needs. It's left onto XANTARES. A lot of work to do. Not much time to get it done in. And G2 get onto 15 with just one man left at the end of it all.
Oh. Is this it? Are Big going to go out with a whimper on their map pick? Or do they have anything to say for themselves on their T side?
Considering they got 7 in a row as well in that CT half, I think it really does show just how dominant this game has been.
Oh no.
amanewk flashed into second mid, the confidence just brimming, and he's doubled up. Oh, this is the beginning of the end for Big. 3 players left standing. A last-ditch attempt to break into this B site, but up on the boost, it's Hunter and niko holding down the fort. tabseN and live to tell the tale. It's Nexa, rather, alongside Hunter. And the first man out of the round for Big in this B play. Oh, no. The follow-up, and it's left to syrson. There's the pincer. There's the victory for G2 as they take them out.